Well, this, of course, election year, I suppose, didn't help because it seems like we lost the first 10 mons.
Yeah, I mean, we were up here, and we passed these bills. I guess I would say this to the Senate. Look, revenue bills have to originate in the House. We passed a revenue bill on this to extend all the tax rates, and if the Senate doesn't like it, all they got to do is amend it and send it back. That's the way the civics, 101 that I learned in down in Magnolia Public Schools. Okay, that's the way it's supposed to work. We've acted. The House has acted. We're waiting on the Senate to send us something back. And between naps over there, they get an occasional vote in. They need to. If they don't like our bill, they need to amend it and send it back, Andy. But I'll tell you, if people think the fiscal cliff is bad, the debt depression is going to make the fiscal cliff look like child's play, because that's what's coming if we don't deal with this spending issue. Because this tax stuff is tweaking at the edges. I mean, it's not. Even if the president gets all the tax increases he wants, it's barely tweaking at the edges of our $1 trillion a year in the whole problem.
Yeah, it's a drop in the bucket. So is all of this that's happening today, in essence, putting everything off 6 months or delaying the taxes, the tax increases? Is that primarily what this is?
Yeah, I'm sure it'll be a Band-Aid. It won't be as big and bold as it needs to be. We don't know exactly what they'll send us yet. But I tell you, there's at some point you got to quit kicking the can down the road. And I am frustrated because I came up here to get the spending under control. And, I was hoping in November that we would get a president who wanted to do that. Well, we have a president who has not shown, with all due respect, has not shown any desire.
Well, that's a good point.
To get spending under control.
A lot of Republicans didn't get the person they wanted. So the reality is you have to deal with the system that's there. How are we going to do that?
Well, here's the thing. You really have two choices. You can go along to get along and just rubber stamp whatever the president wants. But we're an equal branch. Why didn't he rubber stamp what we want? I mean, we are equal branches here. Here's the ultimate deal. If you go along his route, it leads to ruin in terms of our fiscal health. Because he does not want to do anything to get us close to fiscal sanity. If you go our route, you start addressing the problem.
Yeah.
That's the difference. They're not equal routes. One route leads you to balanced budgets. The other route leads you to Greece. Well, the only way I want to go to Greece is on a cruise ship. I don't want to go there on at the end of a debt crisis.
Right.
So, I mean, that's the choice. So a lot of people say, why don't you just give in and get it on, get this going, And I say, well, because I got a 2-year-old and a 5-year-old who are going to inherit in America that's just a disaster fiscally. That's why. It's not about this job,
Right.
Someone else can get a cold every week on an airplane coming up. If we could fix this problem, all these problems, I could go home.
Well,
permanently.
It sounds like you're going to be having an IV of Dayquil there.
Yeah. NyQuil at night, Dayquil in the day. It's a great combo.
In other words, depressants and stimulants. But
if you get them backwards,
yeah, it's trouble.
NyQuil in the day, that doesn't work too well. But anyway.
Well, there's a lot of people up there on NyQuil during the day.
Oh, man. Well.
Hey, good luck and a Happy New Year.
Hey, Happy New Year. I will be here. We will have the candle burning. Let's just hope for the best, but I fear the worst.
Congressman Tim Griffin, thanks so much.
Thank you all. Happy New Year's.
Have a good.
Bye-bye.